Hi folks, we are starting with the final of the World Cup between Norway and the USA. It's game one, we are jumping straight into it because it's starting. So it's Martell Aloof for USA and Baratheon for Norway. In my predictions, this was one of those that Bara should win in theory. Yeah, so the run with Sweet Sleep. Sweet Sleep's pretty nice actually. Stops characters from taking traitor to the crown. We have Duharis and Morgulis, which the USA deck will need to play around. I think it does have Someone Always Tells, right, as the restricted card.
Think so.
But then, of course, lacking
You
draw.
play Little Fingers, Meddling and stuff like that.
Although the location look, so you can, if he wins in trick challenges, he can grab those key events. But then we'll see what Bara gets. Okay, duped Viper with the run, so we have to get the stall early, but it doesn't take that much stall, to be fair. One Shadow Priestess and Viper's gone, right? One Black Cells and he's gone for the moment also, because the spear is not turned on yet. But yeah, really strong start. And now if there is Someone Always Tells, I'm sure there's also Scene in Flames though. And then if you see there's no event, you just harris them away, right? A lot of problems also would just go away with Storm's End and the Traitor from Shadows to put on the Viper, for instance. Stops the runs game threats. I mean, you don't need Shadow Priestess, also Melisandre works just fine. Just any kind of Bara need is pretty tough to overcome for most Martell decks.
Yeah, I mean, everything considering, Sweet Sleep on the run is probably not the optimal target for Sweet Sleep,
Would you prefer it on
assuming
the
that
Viper?
Because you would want to traitor one of the big ones, right? The run is just there to provide the strength.
Yeah, and of course it protects from Shadow Priestess.
Yeah. You said you dismissed a lot the prospect of playing Assault in the World Cup, right? A little bit. I mean, partially because we were also discussing Martell.
Yeah.
But I think it's all performing pretty good in this tournament. I think Norway and USA both played.
Yeah,
And they've been doing
Norway
good with it.
is winning almost everything. It has one defeat. USA has lost a few. Yeah, it's a strong
namely
deck.
the one that they won, but that's fair enough.
But I was, I mean, after playing it at Stalek and not very well, maybe was not gonna be my first choice here. I think at the moment the best, probably let's say 3 Bara decks. I mean, okay, also Trident won Worlds recently, so along with that, the best 3 decks probably for Baratheon at the moment are Kohor, Summer, and Free Companies, I would say. But Assault is also still really strong. Well, Duped Imri is not supposed to be in play like that. That's not the best, and no gold for Shadow Priestess, so basically no stall elements here. Imri.
Well, you don't know. Maybe he has
What? Black
this in
Cells,
Shadows.
okay. Could have also, I think, played it, honestly. Was it set up in Shadows? No. Just put there with
No,
the
just
agenda.
done with the agenda.
So just play Black Cells and put something else through Shadows. Yeah.
Yeah, the spear is gonna get around this black cell stuff, right?
Yeah, he really needs Scene in Flames, which I assume is in the deck. No Relores at the moment, by the way. It's gonna get more cards for Light Summer Feast though, I think. Even if Martin passes, I mean, surely he at least wants to defend, or does. Maybe he doesn't.
Baratheon has Morgulis and Harris, so you don't want to be taking dupes of Viper.
Also, I think okay, you can double stand Northern Encampment, but also just double standing Black Cells for 2 triggers is not bad, but really there's nothing now in Shadows. So I would have considered just putting a card in Shadows with agenda other than Black Cells, and then Shireen goes to Shadows as well. Definitely not have Dupe Timbre in play. I mean, that's he's struggling for icons though, and he knows that Martell can't be allowed to just go crazy here.
Yeah, but this can be stopped basically entire Viper trigger, right?
Yeah, I think he'll defend this with 7 or maybe with 4 actually. Have to keep one eye on the dominance battle.
Should be fine with Edric, right?
Yeah, should be fine.
Oh, does not defend. Okay.
Sorry,
that was surprising.
I mean, there's no good reason not to defend with one of the characters, I think.
Yeah.
It's just 1 power given away for no reason, which could come
2 powers
back to haunt him. Yeah.
He will win 2 unopposed back though. And still have enough to win dominance with the Edric trigger.
Well, 1 unopposed, surely.
Oh?
What did Black Cells call? Oh, Anders it called. Okay, so never mind. Yeah, then should be fine here. Yeah. Has to do military with Imri, and then power with the 2 monocons, and then he wins dominance with Eldon.
Even if he does military with Eldon, I think it still works out, right?
No, the dominance would be tied if the reducer is not used to defend. Well, now it doesn't matter because it's gone.
Yeah, no, it doesn't even matter to do power with both of the monocons, so.
Bara still somehow comes out ahead in this deal. I mean, okay, if he actually defended the Viper, then couldn't really counter.
If he defended the Viper, it would be actually 4-0.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he would have to kneel one of the military icons, though, right?
Yeah.
And then the other one attacks military, but then it's a bit awkward on the power challenge if you want to also win dominance. Just hypothetically.
And unless he would have to claim then something else than the reducer, which is Viper dupe realistically, so not the worst thing in the world. Either way, I think it's not looking too bad for Bara, but we do know there's the spears in hand.
One to the spears for sure, yeah. I think Brand the Builder now maybe. Get some locations.
Yeah, even just some weak one.
Time of plenty. Not playing any anti-reset stuff, so Morghulis could have killed Doran here. Is there close call? Usually there would be, right?
Don't know. Too lazy to check.
Okay, then we'll be surprised.
I will check anyway.
But yeah, Bara being able to go second is pretty nice here for them. Ooh, well, second sweet slip, that could be big. You can't kneel him with Shadow Priestess and you can't lock him with Black Cells after To the Spears is played, but you can kneel him with Melisandre still.
There is close call in the USA deck.
And now they all have Renown.
Uh-huh.
I better get that event out of the hand, right? So that you can play the Harris. Econ is not the best. Could do Eldon though if you really need it.
Yeah, but you have to be careful because you're not so guaranteed to win the dominance battle.
Yeah, but then with Eldon there, he can, if nothing else, next round stand the encampment back.
Mm.
Milk
Oh,
on
there
Hawk.
is milk. I think so.
That's the kind of thing I like doing mid-challenge. It has to go on the old Hawk, I think, yeah.
By the way, those are both copies of Sweet Sleep that there are in the deck, so no more coming. So whatever got milk, it's a bit stuck with it then.
No
Yeah,
insight.
no insight, but also, you know.
Well, if that's Shadow Priestess, I mean, it needs Anderson locks the Viper. That's pretty decent for Bara. Could do Eldon if he's not doing anything else this round. Could use some more locations, honestly, because at some point you don't need to play your Morghulis. You can play, you can trigger Imri, right? And if everything's knelt on the other side, Bara gets a lot of power from that, especially if there's a Clash of Kings. It's difficult for Martell actually to get any significant power on the faction card. Everything goes on Viper and the Renown characters, which are now gone. So Duran's game is the one that gets, but if that's being played, then things are probably a bit dodgy. Mm-hmm. Now let's see. It's honestly the main reason he's in there. I find he stands the encampment more than any other location. Second best is Storms, and Black says nice, to be fair, but rarely you would have that many triggers. You can get two here, potentially if there's another card, but clearly it's not Shadow Priestess, which was the best one. So Viper's not gonna do his thing, but still there's 3 characters, including one with Intimidate, but that one kind of has to do military because Shireen will stop the power challenge from being too impactful here, I think. Still 1 card in Shadows. Anything that's immediately useful? Traitor to the crown? Well, it's gonna lock another one. Rose Road. Okay, so Hawk and Doran can do challenges. Bara needs to be a little bit careful, though, because Edric can remove Viper for dominance. Delena Martell doesn't stand, but she could have found Bastard of Nightsong, for instance, which is pretty decent. Edric stops Viper, but then if there's still Anders and Hog there and 4 gold left, then I think Martin's winning dominance. Maybe you just accept that fact and do 2 challenges, 3 challenges maybe with Brand the Builder triggers, right? Still there's somehow no Relore character. This one can be defended. The other 2 are free, but there is 12 for dominance for Martell. And there's 13 for Bara, so either Bara needs to pass and nothing comes this round, or Bara does 2 challenges and accepts that he's lost dominance. 2 challenges would be unopposed, plus power claim, plus 2 Brand the Builder triggers. Personally, I would do the challenges. What would you do? Next round, by the way, is to the Spears round. So Black Cell's no longer going to work. That will be useful. At least 5 locations for... okay. Gets rid of the old Hawk. Maybe with a chance to replay him. But now Bara will be up to 8 here. With 5 locations for Emily next round. Quite close to actually being able to win with Imri. More realistic needs 2 rounds though. But the 1 round where you don't trigger Imri and to the Spears is played and they attack with a potentially massive Viper trigger is dodgy. Because that's potentially so much power. And the Intrigue challenge is weak for Bara. Yet another location. Now, did I miscount dominance? No. Should be for Martell here. It's not the best. Both locations net. Could be sacked for Imri. Got a port and a Rose Road coming up. But I think Imri will be used when it's game. Still 12 power needed. Feast for Crows, okay. Okay, I was thinking Clash of Kings is slightly problematic because there's not enough power to steal. Actually, now there is 2 power, so if you don't have Storm's End, that's all you need. But Feast for Crows it could be enough, right? I'm not sure why Martin's going first. I think Imri will be used really. So 8, if you do 3 unopposed, that's 12, including power claim, and then dominance 15 from what I can see. Can he have enough standing characters so that Imri doesn't kneel them all? Or can he get some kind of counterplay? Can get Ariane Martell?
Oh, sorry, I was muted again.
Yeah, you do that a lot.
Taking a lot. Yeah. I was gonna say that if you are on the verge of losing, you can still technically cancel the Feast for Crows power with the event. Not now though,
Yeah,
because you don't have the gold.
spent it. It's game over. Just from the cards we know are in hand, 2 locations. Even if you sack the throne, you sack all 6 to kneel all 6 characters. Then you do 3 unopposed with power claim and Feast for Crows this game. Martell can just watch it happen, I think. I don't have the deck lists in front of me. But I think that's it. I mean, you can Nightmare Imri, but there's 1 gold. He can do it in two different phases.
There's no Nightmares in the deck though.
But I mean, you can't, on the other hand, let to the Spears be played and just mass attack happen with the last game, right? So you have to trigger Imri. And it helps making that decision that the fact that it's game winning.
Can you afford to lock one? I guess you can lock the smallest one, right?
Well, Myrcella will stop unopposed if she's the one left standing.
No, but you can decide which one you lock. You lock Princess Attendant, he can't do much.
Oh, you mean you trigger Black Cells first and then do Imri in the challenges phase?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that, yeah.
Because even if you play to the Spears to get Princess Attendant in one challenge, that's nothing, right?
Honestly, not sure what the thinking is. I think this just wins.
So it's 4 power from challenges?
Well, that wins even more. that you can play the throne and let chamber be the one you don't sack.
I mean, if you lock princess at the end, you cannot sack throne and chamber, right?
But what does it matter? Just sack.
I don't know, just in case.
Just sack them. If he somehow makes a mess of this and fails to win, why is he doing all of this?
Are you sure they miscount? So it's 4-12?
I guess there is some kind of play here for Martell. Play in Doran's name to get gold and then cancel Feast for Crows. Well, sacking the 6 locations. So if that happens, we are up to 12 and dominance and chamber is 14. I mean, one fickle bannerman could still win it.
You get 5 gold for Doran's name. So if you play Doran's name for 5 gold, that's 6 for dominance. Yeah, I guess you could still do it. So you have.
Then one card you've played is in Doran's name, the other is Someone Always Tells, and one is discarded for intrigue claim. So 2 cards would be in hand when Evan plays Dohaeris and tries to win with Prized. Right.
No, I mean in some way, if you play in Doran's name, you can maybe win dominance by having it.
Oh yeah, against the throne, and yeah, it's not happening.
Oh wait, throne's still there. Okay.
Throne's back. It was marshaled after Imri sacked 1. Has to play the event now. Does he have it? Come on, that would be such a nice play. He doesn't. Okay.
I mean, you surely would play that before intrigue claim.
Yeah. Okay. So having Ymir in play wasn't such a problem in the end. He just needed enough locations for this to happen, and he needed to be close enough to winning, actually. So I think it was the right play last round to just grab some power for the 2 challenges and find locations rather than win dominance. I mean, you didn't really need that much econ to do this exact thing, so yeah. So yeah, that was our first game. So there's been some problem with the scheduling bot, so I'm not sure we have Scouting Gardeners. That sounds like 7 Kingdoms.
Definitely.
July. It says July, so I don't know what we're looking at, but it's doesn't seem like anything is. Oh, you know what? It is, yeah, nothing scheduled because the bot didn't work, and the Scouting Gardeners game is probably was scheduled when someone put 8th, so August the 1st, yeah. Change the numbers, right, and try to do January the 8th or something, and it's still here in the on the calendar.
There are now some games scheduled. So Targaryen for Norway, Zini playing against USA TRL is Saturday at 10 p.m. our time. On Sunday is Stark for Norway versus Night's Watch for USA. That's another rough one for USA. Also Sunday is Norway Greyjoy versus Stark Sea of Blood. That's maybe more for USA. Yeah, looks like Sunday is gonna be Sunday. Also Night's Watch Cohort, but I guess Alliance versus Baratheon for USA.
Well, we'll bring you those games if we can, but I guess it's slightly redundant that we discuss the times, because I have a suspicion that this will be uploaded after those games have already been played. I'm a little bit slow, so
Sure.
probably you've already seen them by now.
But yeah, most of them on Sunday. 2 are on Saturday, and then 1 is on Monday still.
Yeah, so good start for Norway, but we did kind of say this was one of their auto wins here. They're the most in their favor of all the matchups.
Yeah, I mean that, and they also had Star Crossing versus Knights with Valyrian still.
Oh, again, okay, good. So yeah, those two they should win.
What do you mean again?
That was played.
Did you play before?
Yeah, there was one the previous round. Not sure who played it, but there was one, right?
Sure, but no, USA and Norway didn't play so far.
Okay, there was a game like that. I don't remember. Who was the other semi-finalist? So the Catalonia match and the China match. There was a Lenny Crossing against Knights of Valerian still, but I'm sure I saw a Stark. I mean, we had one for sure, but I think there was one after that as well. Doesn't matter. Let's conclude this one. Thank you for watching, and see you in the remainder of this final.
Bye bye.